Alopecia has taught me.
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 My alopecia taught me.
Alopecia has taught me.
Alopecia has taught me.
Alopecia has taught me.
Alopecia has taught me
That I am accepted for who I am, and it's more myself that is the issue, and battling my own insecurities. Nobody's treated me any differently for having no hair. I am worthy of being loved. You are who you are, and somebody will love you just the way you are. It also taught me that I'm not alone in my struggle. There's so many other people who have alopecia and you don't even realise it, and everybody feels and can relate to all of the feelings you may have had.
Alopecia has taught me to be more caring, more considerate. You're not going to die with alopecia. We're all going to die at some point, but not with alopecia.
You don't have to fit in that stereotype you see online all the time to be confident and be amazing. You've just got to feel confident in yourself.
Having alopecia has taught me how to be a strong and confident woman. I safely say that when I wake up in the morning, I appreciate and love the body that I am in, and the face that looks back at me, even though she's bald, every day in the mirror is beautiful. I can face anything in life with a smile, with confidence and strength.
There are people out there, you just have to find them and you have to be open to them. I think I'm a lot more compassionate and sympathetic because of it, and I realise that everyone has something now. Some people just hide theirs better. It's okay to feel bad about it, but don't let it control you.
Alopecia has taught me just self-awareness and self-confidence. I'm so much more confident in the way I control my feelings and the way I act. Now, looking back to where I was, especially when I just lost my hair, I would never ever think or dream of doing something like this. Alopecia has taught me that this is me, this is my life. I'm no different to everybody else. Okay, I haven't got hair. It has got me to where I am now, and I am quite thankful for it.
Alopecia has taught me to not judge other people for any differences that they may have. Love myself for who I am. There are so many people in the world with imperfections, different beliefs, and it is nice to be nice.
Alopecia has taught me to love myself for who I am, because that's how other people will love me. To embrace my differences, because it makes me who I am. That this does not define who you are, it's what's within.
Alopecia has definitely taught me to love myself, no matter what. My hair doesn't define me. Yes, it shapes my face, and yes, I feel lovely with my hair on, but it doesn't count towards my personality. What's inside here counts towards my personality. Just appreciate life more. Don't take things for granted. Just be happy with what we've got, because there are others out there who are far worse off than I am. It's also taught me that there are bigger things out there than hair. At the time when I was losing my hair, it was the biggest thing in the world to me to have hair, and it will be the worst thing in the world, but until you get to this point where you finally accepted it, the weight's just lifted off your shoulders.
Alopecia has taught me to love myself the way I am. Also taught me how much mental strength I've actually gained through the years. Taught me how to put lashes on every single day in like 2 minutes.
It's really taught me to just kind of self-love and self-acceptance, being less critical of myself and of other people around me. What's important in life, to enjoy being scared and really pushing out of my comfort zone. Some of the most rewarding points in my alopecia journey so far have also been the scariest, like when I went bald for the first time in public.
It taught me to look at people for who they truly are by heart. Me to trust myself with what I do, and I'm not afraid to make mistakes anymore. Thank you, Alopecia. Sometimes I wish you would move and never come back, but other days I'm grateful that you're sticking around and showing me that being who I am by heart is the most important thing.
So even with a head wrap, with a scarf, with a hat, you can still be beautiful, you can still feel sexy. One of these workshops, that's where I met my partner, and he fell in love with me because I didn't have any hair and because of my story. Alopecia for sure brought me love, and that's not something small to have.
Alopecia has taught me that some people can be extremely shallow, and I've always had an idea of girls in my head that they're really judgy and giving evil looks to you because of the way you look. But since coming out on Instagram about having alopecia and being bald, I've realised that not all girls are like that. Met some amazing people and they're so supportive, and I would definitely say that if you're just starting your journey, even if you don't want to post pictures of yourself bald, just reach out to people, because it has really, really helped me. After 10 years, this is probably the most comfortable I've felt about being bald. I leave the house to go for a walk bald. I mean, I haven't gone to the shop yet, but small steps, and I would definitely recommend reaching out to others who feel the same.
To be resourceful, to be kind, always, to be strong and independent, and to be happy with who I am. Everybody's got a story to tell and everybody's different.
Alopecia has taught us that it's what's on the inside that counts. You don't care about the purple wrapper, it's the chocolate that's important. I'm funny, I'm loving, I'm caring, my friends like me, I'm fun to be around. Whether I've got a headscarf on or whether I'm dolled up to the nines, it doesn't matter, they love me the same.
Alopecia's taught me loads. I feel like it's really showed me that I can be quite a strong and resilient person. So I feel like it's taught me a lot about kind of who I am. I feel like I'm able to express myself a little bit more. Since losing my hair, I've kind of got a bit more of like a style. There's so many different options for people who have lost their hair, whether it's wigs, toppers, hair pieces, turbans, getting a head tattoo to show off your head, going out bald. Like, there's so many different options available.
Has literally taught me how to be strong. I'm 100% a stronger person than what I used to be. You can do this. You can go out there and brave the world. Just ignore what everyone says. It doesn't matter. To not let any of the negatives affect myself.
Alopecia has taught me to love myself no matter what I look like, no matter if I've got hair or not. Shown me to really appreciate who I am and what I am.
Alopecia has definitely taught me that hair doesn't define me. You can actually be happy bald. It's also taught me that you should never ever judge a book by its cover. You never quite know what's going on behind closed doors. To be empathetic towards people. We are special no matter what. If we look slightly different, that's great, that's fine. We need to embrace these differences and to be accepting of change and accepting of people's differences.
Alopecia has taught me many things. The most important is to be kind. Not only be kind to others, but to be kind to yourself. Give yourself a chance and look after you as number one.
Alopecia has taught me always to be kind, because you really never know what people are going through behind closed doors. It's also taught me how crap conventional beauty standards are. It taught me not to care what people think. I think if someone's got a problem about my hair loss over something I can't control, then they've probably got a bigger problem themselves thinking that way.
My alopecia taught me that things could always work out worse. This is as bad as my alopecia will get, like I'm completely bald from head to toe, but I would rather it be my hair missing than a limb. Imagine not having an arm to hug family and loved ones, or a leg just to walk yourself to a shop, or not even be able to get your own stairs in your home. An organ and having to live a life of medication or on machines that could be in a lot worse position. And for that, it made me look at other things completely different, life completely different. That's a bummer that happened, but it's not the worst that could have happened. So for that, I'm pretty thankful.
Alopecia has taught me many things. That hair isn't everything. It's a very cold world without hair. And my perspective of beauty has changed. I honestly think when you grow up, you have this idea of what beauty is, but honestly, beauty is within the eye of the beholder, and beauty is all shapes and sizes.
Alopecia has taught me how to believe in myself and be confident. It's made me become a much stronger person, which has really helped me get through some tough days. I always used to worry so much when growing up that I would never fit in, but now I realise we're born to stand out. I mean, who wants to fit in anyway? It's taken me a long time, but I now know that hair actually doesn't define me and beauty comes from within.
I'm still learning every day from my alopecia. The first thing that alopecia has taught me is that you are not alone. And that is something I thought I would never be saying, and that's something I've learnt quite recently from alopecia. Losing your hair makes you feel super lonely. Like no one else could possibly know what it's like, so you think that you're on your own. You reach out on social media, and I've realised there are so many people going through this. Everybody has a thing, something that they're ashamed of. Take all the negativity that you feel for that thing about yourself and start owning it a bit more. It can actually become really positive. The second thing would have to be, it's actually really good to be different. Why is that a bad thing? That leads me to the third thing that alopecia has taught me. Nobody gives a flying crap about your alopecia. Everybody is so self-involved. I'm important to me, and how I feel about my alopecia is important, but it doesn't matter to anyone else. To value myself, but also stop caring what other people think.
Alopecia has taught me empathy. It's taught me that everyone has their own personal insecurities and differences, even if they aren't as physical as mine is. It's taught me that being different is okay, and that everyone has their differences and they should be celebrated because they make you who you are. It's a good thing to be unique, because if we were all the same, then the world would be a really boring place.